What's up, YouTube subscribers, social media? Make sure you like and share, and welcome to my channel. I thank you so much. For newcomers on, I thank y'all for joining. Let's continue to grow, glow, and go to the next level together. Today, I'm going to be talking about who's in your circle. Make sure you get a pen and piece of paper, and let's rock out. Here we go. Remember why you decided to be single. Remember why you decided to stay married. So if you've been a part of my YouTube page, you know that I share a video every Tuesday. Why? Early in the morning, 6:30 a.m., which I probably should do earlier, but I do 6:30 a.m. I do that because the early bird gets the worm, man. You got to be able to get up early and move and do some things that God has called you to do. It just works out better and your day is not gone from you, right? That's to my shakers and makers and movers and all that are trying to be risk takers. It's just better to move early because you can plan out your day and make some things happen. So I've been up early, 5 a.m. That was before the time change. I was up at 4:30. Yeah, can't do that. So 5 a.m. And so I, praying, and then I turn around and I read. And I've been reading this book called Instincts. Oh my God. When I say by T.D. Jakes. Amazing book. If you are lost and you are looking for direction and if you are stuck and you went to a brick wall and you're trying to come out and you're trying to figure out, okay, what do I do next? This is a great, great read that will be able to already what's in you will be activated. Your instincts will come alive because of this book. Oh my gosh. I have so many things that I'm planning. So I'm just excited. And that's why I'm taking a break so that I can pray about some things and get what I need to do in order. So here's the thing with this book, man, and I'll be sharing different tips here and there as I go out through reading. Like I said, I got so much I read, y'all. But one of the things that he shared in this book is who's in your circle. Who do you have around you? Who is connected to you? Because if you have these people in your circle and you're not growing, you may need to figure out what circle or who's all in your circle and kind of look and see, is this the circle that I'm supposed to be in? Because what happens is you start to look like your circle. You start to smell like your circle. You start to think like your circle. You start to taste like your circle, meaning that spiritually you start to really, really look like them. And so what happens is when you start to look like those that are in your circle, you have to ask yourself, why am I not growing? If you're not growing, now your circle may be growing. Hey, that's awesome. But if that is not the case, he explains to you, get the right people in your circle. If your circle is a circle where you are being competed, they are competing with you and comparing themselves, or you're comparing yourself with them because you decided to do something totally different outside of your circle. You may want to get into a circle that's going to complete you. Come here, T.D. Jakes, that will complete you, not compare with you, not be in competition with you, but they will complete you to a whole nother entity. And so he talks about that. He really deals with the lion. And I found out if you're in the Lion's Den, the VIP or the Lion's Den network, this is where Bishop got the name, Clyde Harden Jr. got the name Lion's Den from, because this book is describing animals and lions and all that. And one of the things that T.D. Jakes says in this book is that there was a moment in time when the lions goes from from the cage, from the zoo to the wild. That's what it was. They go from the zoo to the wild. So there are some animals there are some lions that are in the zoo and they're okay because they get fed, they get, their pet on and everybody's nice to them and they have a place that is in the zoo. But when they go to the wild and they open the cage and let them out and they are out in the wild, they do not know, but their instincts starts to turn on that I need to go figure out how to get food. And one of the things that he says that as they're moving and they're going, they go out in the cage and then they come back. I mean, they go out in the wild, then they come back And when they come back to the cage is still open. They keep it open for them. Then they go back out to the wild again. Then they come back. But there's a moment in time where the cage is closed, when you can no longer get in the cage because they have left and went back to the zoo and you are stuck out there in the wild. Come here. This is when your instincts come on. Let me make it clear and plain to you. There's a moment in your life when God says, okay, you cannot go back to the person you used to be. You cannot go back doing what you used to do. There's no other way for you to do but go up and go forward. And if you do not go up and forward, you will be stuck and complacent at the place that you're at. This is who this book is for. This is who this book is for. That kind of person. You can't go backwards, but all you can do is go forward. You can't go back because ain't no cage for you to go to. The cage has been shut and you are out in the wild, but your instincts are telling you that there's something out here and I got to figure out how to eat, how to move, how to get a drink, how to get water. I got to figure out how to fill this spiritual cup that is now empty and I need more in my cup. Come here to every person that are wanting to move forward in God and be focused on what God has called you to do. You got to make sure you're in the right circle when you get to this point, this level of ministry, of marriage, of life, of money. You got to make sure you are in the right circle. Who's in your circle? So this is what he talks about. And this is what I always preach in my mentorship. I always talk about in my mentorship is there's a couple of people that you need in your circle that is not competing with you or comparing with you. As my husband say, I forgot how he said it because I can't say it like him. The dude is so cold. I love him. He just does it so well. But he says how I need my vision to be before me, my peers to be with me, and my achievements to be behind me. I need my achievements because you get stuck on all the things you did in the past and how great you were. You can't get stuck on that. You need your peers with you, but you got to be focused forward to where I can compare myself to nobody but me. I'm the only person that I can compare myself with. And so in that, you got to get around people that complete you. And he talks about that in his book. So what kind of people do you need in your circle in order to know that they are completing in you and not comparing with you? When you find out that your circle, as soon as you say that you want to do something different that goes against what your circle is doing, and they're not celebrating you, or they're not completing you or giving you more to be poured into you for your next level, then there is a problem. Or they switch up and they change. You don't change, but they have changed on you. So you just decided to move out of their way because of the change. So you got to find out, is this the right circle? So how do you do that? You got to make sure that there's some right people. And there's nothing wrong with even staying in the circle, but as long as you don't mind and one of the things he said is that when you do start moving, like the lion do start moving, he start making moves and all that. And there's other people that's in the jungle that is watching him and paying attention to him, that may scrutinize, that may, characterize, criticize, all this stuff that may go on. You just got to know that this is what God called you to do in this season. So what kind of people, Tonya, do I need in my circle? Number one, you need a spiritual leader. If that's a spiritual leader or counselor, someone in your circle that can be able to complete you, especially in the times of hurt, in the times of pain, and the times of, right now my husband is about to make a big major move. And so he needed his spiritual father in order to make that big major move, and just allow his father in ministry to water that seed that was already growing. He needed somebody to water. You gotta have some people in you that gonna water your seed so it could grow. He gave him the wisdom and the knowledge that we had no idea that Bishop Woodard was even in, our father in ministry. So you need some spiritual leaders that are around you. You also need, number two, you need a coach, and when I say coach, that could be a business coach, a wellness coach, a training coach, or some people life coach. It just depends. I'm a certified life coach, but I do more mentoring than life coaching, and it's all the same. Okay. Yeah. So you got a coach, and I have a business coach that helps us in our business. We have coaches that help us. We also connect with other people that are doing what we're doing, and they're doing it better than us, or they could teach us some things. So we have a mentor also in real estate that teaches us about real estate and give us understanding about real estate. She's always pouring into my husband. They are like, she love him. They amazing. She's amazing. Then there's also mentors that are abroad that don't even know me, but they mentor me in so many ways because I watch their videos, I read their books, and I grow from their particular platform. I allow them to inspire me. All right. The next thing I said, coach, mentor, I think. So first thing, spiritual leader or counselor. And the next kind of person you need is a mentor or a coach, business coach, just depending on what it is. But you need people that are in your circle. And I don't know how that went. So 1, spiritual leader, 2, mentor, 2, coach, 3, mentor, and 4, counselor, something like that. So catch that order. Just understand you need some folks in your circle. Okay, just get it. You need some people in your circle. Amazing book, man. You got to go get this book. My husband got it years ago, and he read it during that time before we started our business, and it was life-changing for him, but I had to wait my turn, and this was the time for me to read it, the best time ever, so that I can tap into the things that I have instinct about, I've been feeling, and I know, and I'm fearful, but God is forcing this faith to come alive through this book. Okay? Books are powerful. I'm going to share one day 10 great books that I read. I'm going to share that soon. But until then, listen, remember, if you don't remember anything else, that you are a product of God's grace and mercy when you learn to see yourself through God's eyes and not people. Continue to grow, continue to glow, and continue to get to your divine purpose that you are called to do here on earth. Until next time, I'll see you at the next video. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.